Hey Tabafethu, this video is brought to you by EASYBET. Click the link in the description to sign up and use code FANS50 to receive a 50 Rand sign-up bonus. And also, T&Cs apply. Under 18s are not permitted to gamble. Tango. Welcome to my FANS Wethu TV. It's the CAF Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns 1, Esperance 0. I'm joined by the best coach in SA, Coach KB.
Stewart guy diamond camera onya go tswa mo camera
Relax.
Stewart grand
ke mnate member
number 1 Stewart ne ke ra e vandag ke le no tsepa mara tla ke na mo no tsa teng Stewart
ka diwala jo
ka diwala re ka channel se serious but Stewart sheba har to make ka mudi was Stewart
Aubrey.
Yeah, I think people sometimes we misunderstand or we misquote what has been said.
Okay.
Remember, I'm the one guy who said if Sundowns starts Kamudiba, Suarez on the side, Pirates will definitely win that game.
Yes.
But that alone does not mean Mudiba is a bad player.
It's true.
Mudiba is if we talk about football.
Yeah.
If you're talking about football, Mudiba is a very good player.
Yes.
Take nothing away from that boy.
Yes.
He might not be the best defender or the best left center back, the best left back, but overall he's a great footballer still. And I think that's one thing that people need to understand.
Definitely.
He might not be having his best season, but that does not mean he's a bad player.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I hope whatever that he's facing, he can just face it out and then get to his best.
Yeah.
Because you cannot go a bad player overnight. Still.
It's impossible.
Never.
Yeah, very.
So
very.
Still, for me, I always say it's tricky what the lineup says on paper and what you see in the field.
Okay.
You see, Sundowns came with a special assignment for Elias Mukwana.
Yes.
Which there's nothing wrong. It's principles of defense.
Yeah.
If you know you are up against a good player, you need to emphasize those principles of defense. Umukwana. Hence why they started Mudiba. Mudaule Limorena on the side, you see, just to make sure Hore Mukwana is well marked. You see, yeah, and that's one thing that Sundowns has been missing. Ka your Rula Nimukwena, ka your the other coach is the respect of defense. In football, if you don't respect defending, you'll always concede. But what Cardoso brings to the game is he brings the element of defense into the Sundowns team.
That's true.
You see, hence why when he has to implement defensive shape, he does that with no pressure. Yeah. You see. Yeah. But there's something that I also noticed, Steve. I've seen something. You know, today, the game today, it proved a bit of weakness in Sundowns squad. Remember, it has the best squad in Bedway.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes.
But there's one thing that I saw that Sundowns is missing.
Coach.
Out and out wingers.
Out and out wingers. What's the out and out wingers?
In the olden days, your Danny Tlate, your Simpwe Chabalala, but they do have two. They have your Matthews, they have Kemang Khudisang. You see, Kovamen. Those are out and out wingers.
Okay.
Those are the players that when you play a low block team, you need out and out wingers because our Hata line is still it forces the defense to do what? Spread out, and then you can be able to use the pockets and in between. But because Sundowns did not emphasize or they did not bring those out and out wingers, it was first off, they were playing against the low block. And if you're gonna play against the low block, you need out and out wingers in order for you to stretch the defense. Then you will be able to get what? Pockets. Hence why in the first half they struggled. And for you to see Hore, he brought the principles of defense. He had a 3-rest defense today.
Okay.
If you looked at Overvai, he hardly overlapped first half.
Didn't go forward.
Mudau didn't. The right back. He didn't. Because he was always there because they were guarding the speed for Elias Mukwana. You see, hence why Sundowns didn't look like they were threatening. But what he then saw is that, okay, this team is sitting back, let me go to them. That's when he took out Umurena with an injury, and then Mudiba, just so he can now have the double res defense.
Okay.
Remember I told you about Sulfur X?
Yeah.
I told you. When Sundowns, Steve, Sulfur X is very important, Melt.
Sure.
He solves the problems that Sundowns has.
Yeah.
Whenever Sundowns needs a goal, go check all his games when he comes in.
Yeah.
Whenever Sundowns needs a goal, he comes on.
Who's X?
And whether he touches the ball or what,
Sure.
but Sundowns gets a goal.
Who's X?
Now look at Master of Spacing,
Jaden
Sex.
Adams.
Jaden Adams.
Who's X?
Jaden Adams too.
Yeah.
I was just reading a quote.
Who's X?
But the blindest player on the field is the player who runs only looking at the ball. The blindest player on the field is the player who only looks at the ball.
Yes.
That's football. Now, master of spacing, what does he do? He looks at the spaces, look at the ball. Ball is long, and then he realizes, oh, defense dilahlile. I be a beg momang, Shaluli lar tap in.
That's the X. That's the X.
Sulfur X. Still, I'm telling you, see, remember what I said to you. He might not be a finisher. He might not be able to score a whole lot of goals.
Definitely, coach.
But take nothing away from Sales.
Yeah.
Sales is special.
I'm not.
Now Jaden Adams, master of spaces. Jaden Adams, he master of spaces. You know what? Jaden Adams always plays 1 or 2 touches, and you can only do that, Muntu, if you are able to buy space and time. In football, if you buy space and time, you are hardly pressed.
Hand to hand.
I agree with
well
you.
positioned.
So this is what I was saying. The boy is redefining the position number 10. I hear Mshishi was needed. But look at that boy, because he doesn't carry the ball. He uses the spaces in order to kill. You see, Steve. Yes.
Only that thing by Vita trap, pass and space.
Yeah.
But somewhere, Jaden Omanad, I like Jaden. But somewhere he can trap, pass and ask space.
But you know what Jaden does?
That's what I want.
Jaden's Jaden creates space. Jaden har makilimo 18. He moves away from the 18. Aya ko line. Haya ko line horare group is guy ko 18. And then what they created what? Space. And with that space he has what? Tie.
And run to space.
You see, so that's what he does. Yeah, whenever you create, you do that. You create, but yeah, still in closing, still. Okay. For me, Melty. For me, my we're like one day. For me, my man of the match would be Umukoyen.
Yeah.
Tebza Melty. Mrembula stars.
Yeah, what
you know.
Explain that, coach.
Mrembula gives Sundowns shape in the center table.
Yeah.
He forces the other teams to drop their strikers in order to do what? Mark him. Yeah. And in that happening, it allows the little magician space around to be able to roam around. Because of Rembula is there. You see, so that's what I said the last game where they tried doing that guy Neo Mayem, but it didn't work out. Not who it Neo. He doesn't have the capabilities to Tebs is arrogant. Tebs are lot of boloko boxing. Whether give by 4 or 5, why la unfair. Congrats to Sundowns, Steve. Sundowns played very well. There's something I heard your coach saying. It got me worried. Are not winning Champions League? It's not a failure.
What Downs?
I think he needs to speak to Downs again and find out. But you cannot take something away from Cardoso. He's the first coach to beat Esperance. Okay.
Coach.
He is the first coach as a Sundowns coach to beat Esperance.
Coach, he said something special, ne?
Yeah.
He said something special, ne? He said something special already. South African, PSL and SAFA.
Yeah.
They don't respect Sundowns. Why don't you say it?
Okay, I'll say this to you.
Yes.
I agree with him. I'll tell you why. You look at the fixtures that just happened. But remember what I said. It might have been a kickstart. Because whatever system that he used today, with Zamileka Skukun, but with different players. Now he saw how it's not working. He came and he implemented the right players. Hence why it worked out.
Okay, Chapo.
Yeah, so I hear Gitwal. So what I was saying, what he said, what he said, not winning Champions League, it's not a failure.
Respect you, no?
No, respect. I agree with you. I feel Safa can do better to support Mamelodi Sundowns. Listen to me.
So Safa, please support Sundowns to win camp.
But in maybe I'd say
yeah. So
no, you said it. Only reason, I was in